Assalamu alaikum. Please turn off your cell phones until after Jumah, please. Thank you. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an Muhammadan Rasulullah. Ashhadu an Muhammadan Rasulullah. Hayya ala salat. Hayya ala salat. Hayya ala الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa nastahdi wa na'udhu billahi min syururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. Man yahdihillahu fahuwal muhtad wa man yudlil fala hadiya lahu. Wa ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la syarika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu sallallahu alaihi wasallam wa ala ahlihi wa ashabihi ajma'in, amma ba'da. Dear Muslims, dear mu'min, dear Muslimin, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi. Alhamdulillah. We thank Allah for opportunity to turn our attention to Him. All of you who are present, and all of you who are present around the world tuning in, we thank Allah for His presence. We thank Allah for your presence. And again, Assalamu alaikum. Yes. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألف لام ميم. ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون. صدق الله العظيم. Allah speaks the truth. This is the book, no doubt. In it is guidance for the conscious, those who obey and trust in the ghaib, which is the unseen, is unheard. You can't smell it, you can't taste it, you can't touch it. And they established the salat, the devotional service. And from what we provided them, they spend. Please come forward, brothers. So this Quran is a book of true education for the human being, and it's designed to draw out from us the human excellence that the Almighty Creator has put in each one of us. Today's topic, we want to look at invest your wealth. Invest your wealth. And this comes from the last word in the ayah that I read, yunfikuna. And this is, when you look at those first 5 verses in Surah Al-Baqarah, you see this is one of the behaviors of the people who have this taqwa, this consciousness, who are aware and have a regardfulness for Allah, for life. And that is one of the behaviors that leads to success and prosperity. Now, Yusuf Ali defines this as spend. But we want to be able to read and comprehend the Quran for ourselves, don't we? We don't want to be limited by somebody else's interpretation or use or not use of the English language. And so when you go to school, you learn the language so you can read the textbook, right? That's only logical, makes sense. And then you learn by asking questions. Yes? Yes. You don't question the authenticity of this book, but the intellect wants to ask in order to get understanding. So our focus today is on the signs, the symbols, miracles, and the lessons in the verse 265. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ومثل الذين ينفقون أموالهم ابتغاء مرضات الله وتثبيتا من أنفسهم كمثل جنة بربوة أصابها وابل فآتت أكلها ضعفين فإن لم يصبها وابل فطل والله بما تعملون بصير. Allah speaks the truth. So one translation, in the likeness of those who spend their substance seeking to please Allah and to strengthen their souls, is as a garden high and fertile, Heavy rain falls on it, but makes it yield a double increase of harvest. And if it receives not heavy rain, light moisture suffices it. Allah says, well, whatever you do. So it's important for us to understand, my friends, brothers and sisters, that this Quran is a series of phrases, and all of them are connected to each other. And we learn how to read the Quran phrase by phrase, and contemplate and reflect through rational inquiry. So the Quran is teaching us critical thinking. So the first phrase here in this verse is وَمَثَلُ الَّذِينَ يُنْفِقُونَ أَمْوَالَهُمْ, an example of those who invest their wealth. So the root word here is nafaqah. And what is nafaqah? It is to spend, but it is to exhaust what it is that you're giving out. And we can spend to the tune of wasting and squandering the wealth that we have, or you can invest it. So I see this word as invest. They invest. Because when you invest, you expect to get some kind of return on your investment. Yes? Yeah. When you spend, not so concerned. You just spend it. But you invest, different concept. So what comes up in the mind is, the intellect now wants to ask a question. What do they invest? Well, it says here, they invest their wealth. Well, what is their wealth? Well, it's cash money. It's property. It's animals, etc., on the physical currency. But you also have a spiritual currency, don't you? Like the love that's in your heart, ladies. All of y'all are love. Beautification, that's your nature. We love too, but we have a different kind of way. I'll speak for myself. I had to learn how to love from my wife and my daughter. Some of y'all got mama issues. I had them. Get back on the path, Zayd. But the love that's in our hearts is a currency to invest. Our talents, our time, our experiences. So we have a lot to invest, but it starts with investing your money. So how do we invest? We invest in business. We invest in our family relationships. We invest in our communities. You give your money, your time, your talents. But why do you invest? See, it's the end of the year. It's the time of giving. Some people, they invest so they can get a tax break. And that's good. And then to some people, they invest so they can be seen by people. And the phrase comes up from the Quran, وَيُرَاءُونَ النَّاسَ لَا يَذْكُرُونَ اللَّهَ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا. That those who want to be seen of men, they remember Allah only just a little bit. So that kind of giving is not such a good thing. But the next phrase gives us God's answer as to why we invest. Ibtigha'a mardatillah. Right? Invest seeking. And this pattern of the verb, those grammar students, it's in the form H. So it's seeking something from within. They're seeking Allah's acceptance. That's why they invest. That's the reason to invest. And it looks to me like that's also the return on your investment. Because what better return can you get than the acceptance and the pleasure of the all-merciful Creator? Huh? I hope you all can feel what we're saying as we build this and we're just looking at this. through the language. Because this acceptance of the Almighty is an internal thing. We want a place of God's acceptance, of God's approval of what we're investing. That's investing. That's first. But when you invest for that reason, then there's another return. And the next phrase tells us, وَتَثْبِيتًا مِنْ أَنفُسِهِمْ, that it's an approval and a certainty of God's mercy, which reawakens the consciousness from within their souls. So notice there's a sequence here. Invest from your wealth. Why? To seek God's approval, His acceptance, and you will have a certainty of His mercy that will reawaken the consciousness in your soul. So it looks like the investment is really in your soul. To grow, you want to invest in your souls. Now, we invest in 401ks, we got retirement plans, and we invest in our relationships, etc. But how much are you investing in your soul? It says, and whoever purified, then certainly what they have purified or the benefit is for its own soul. And to Allah is the destination, and never equal those who are blind and those who see. Good God Almighty. Woo! So I don't know if you can feel that or not. This is Quran. Another thing to know about this text is that it has information that's plain, it's easy to understand, and it also has figurative language. It has similes and metaphors. So there's a science of studying Quranic Arabic. The Arabic rhetoric is called balagha, which is a higher study of the guidance. And I want to say those those of us who are students of the Quran, it's not enough to recite beautifully with tajweed. Some of you can do that. I used to be able to do that. And that's what I could do. But if you can do that, but you're not understanding what you're reading, you're not comprehending. You're not really reading it. You're not really, the tajweed make you feel something. But this from the heart to the brain, to the mind, it's a balance. And if you can open up the Hans Ware Dictionary and look up the definition from root words, that's good. But that's not enough to know how to read and comprehend the Quran. You've got to learn grammar. Any language that you want to understand, you've got to learn the grammar. And a higher level is the Arabic rhetoric to understand the similes, and the similarities between things and the metaphors as examples. So this next phrase here says it is a simile. It's giving us a picture to show similarities between two things. It's describing those who invest seeking Allah's acceptance and His agreement in their own souls. It says that they are like an example of a garden. Right? So these type of people are like a garden. So now the intellect has a question. How is the soul like a garden? Well, the garden is earth to plant seeds, right? No. The soul is the earth to plant seeds in ideas and images and feelings. The garden, it has to be cultivated. It has to be worked. Turn over the soul. Protect it from destructive influences like weeds and animals and such. Well, your soul has to be cultivated, it has to be worked on, it has to be protected from the negative growth and destructive influences. The garden needs water and sunlight. And your soul needs the water of the revelation of God. And it needs guidance. The garden yields an output, a harvest. And so does your soul. What we're experiencing, what you're experiencing, I'm experiencing right now, is the harvest of our souls. All types of gardens, including trees and rivers and fruits. And there are all types of souls. And the trees, you know, they have three components. They have roots that are nourished underground. They have a trunk. You can't see the roots, but you can see the trunk. And then they have leaves or fruits. So you can use this picture of a tree to see that the soul also has roots, which I believe are the emotions, the feelings underneath the surface. When that soul is pure, when that heart is peaceful, it's going to be positive. But when it gets corrupted, those emotions and roots can be destructive. Then you have the trunk of the tree, the mental aspects that you can see, and then you have the fruits, the leaves that are visible. Now we all want to eat these physical fruits, but it starts with the feeling in the soul. Then it moves to the mental, and then it moves to the physical. So we got to cultivate our souls like a garden. And that's where the creativity starts. See, I believe our life is about creativity and service. You know, in this generation we have now, they understand that. So since that's where the creativity starts, then I like to say the roots create the fruits. The next phrase, the souls are like a garden that have an increased growth that's high above the earth. Some trees are taller and bigger than others. And then the next phrase says, an abundant rain shower reaches it and gave it twice what is consumed from it. Now, we just had a heavy rainfall last night. I don't believe that's coincidence. Things just happen the way Allah wants it, right? I was driving in that for an hour and 42 minutes. It's kind of scary, dark road, you know. But we had the heavy rainfall. So let's think for a moment. If we understand that what's happening physically, anything we see physically is a symbol of something of a high reality, and we understand that rain symbolizes the revelation of God that comes down from the sky. It feeds the trees which bear the fruit. And we eat the fruit. And some of it has what we call juice in it. Well, it's the accumulation of that rainwater that makes that juice in the apple. So as a symbol, could that be that the revelation of God is what we're eating when we have that juicy apple? It's representing something that's going into our souls. And it said the heavy rainfall yields a doubling of what is eaten. I was thinking on the way here, you know, they got so much dried fruit now. You know, I go to Panera Bread, I get my little salad, they got Fuji apple chips. You know, you can get a lot of dry fruit. But I was thinking about it. They're trying to take the revelation of God out of our diet. Keep that water in your diet. So the heavy rain, but then if the heavy rain doesn't reach it, then a light drizzle is enough. And Allah is the seer of all of what you do, of what all of you do. Let us ask Allah for forgiveness. ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على محمد عبده. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa salatu wa sallam ala Muhammadin abduluhu wa rasuluhu amma ba'da. So what does this simile, this example, have to do with us? What does it have to do with you and me and our lives? 2018. How do we apply this? Well, the best investment you can make in yourself, in your soul, the best investment is to make an investment in your soul. And that best investment is learning how to read and comprehend the Quran, the generous Quran. You can do it. I don't care what happened in school. I don't care about the negative teachers that you had. I don't care what people told you you could learn. You can do it. Allah has put in you the ability to learn. That's a part of our nature, is to learn. And you can invest in your relationships. You will invest in your relationships if they're going to be lasting. And you have been. And you want to invest in your business. Some of y'all need to get a mentor and pay that money that you need to pay so you can learn from somebody else's experience and get what it is you're after. But we got another opportunity to invest. Right here in this historic building, this historic structure, this historic community. You know, we know we're expanding. The pioneers who started this place, they invested from their wealth. 50s, 60s, even before that probably. They weren't making a lot of money. Some of them mortgaged their homes. Once a year, each person had to give a certain amount of money at a certain time from what they had. Alhamdulillah, I got a chance to ask Sister Basima right before we came up here, how'd y'all make this money to build this place? And we should know what those who come before us have done. We should ask them. Because when they're gone, you ain't going to be able to ask them no more. And on a personal note, it hit me last night. I wish I could hug my mother one more time and tell her that I love her. I just wish it. Because she's been gone for 18 years. So those of you who have your mother, it's a word to the wise, okay? I know. This is real. But they sacrificed. She told me we sold bean pies, carrot cakes, anything we could sell that was legal. They exhausted their spending. They put money, time, and talents into this structure. Why? Weren't they seeking a place of Allah's acceptance? This place that we're in. Weren't they seeking His pleasure? And seeking agreement within their own souls, integrity within their own souls, because God's pleasure is your pleasure. Right? He is pleased with them, and they are pleased with the reward, the return that He gives them. So those people, I say, are like gardens with increased growth that grows above the earth. Some are still alive, some have passed on. May Allah have mercy on all of their souls. But look at how this place has grown and increased. We are advancing. We have a place to come to seek Allah's pleasure, which the whole earth is right? Same place. But this is our place to make salat, and we can invest our wealth. And those of you overseas, here or where you are, same principle applies. Share the life-giving water of revelation from this place. And those people are still benefiting their souls because they gave an ongoing charity. We have an expansion project. We're building on the sacrifice of our pioneers. This is our chance to live out the guidance, the instruction in this verse. to invest our wealth, our money, our time, our talent, seeking Allah's acceptance and seeking an approval within our own souls. And our garden will grow as we soak in the heavy rainfall of the revelation of the Almighty. Or, if we only get a drizzle, Allah is the seer of whatever it is that all of you do. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. Our guardian, evolver, cherisher, and sustainer, please give us the excellence in this life, this temporary world, and give us the excellence in the next life, future life, and save us from the torment of the fire. Protect us from those ungrateful people. Have mercy on us all. Forgive us, guide us in your way. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, wa salatu wa salam ala Muhammadin abduhu. Ameen. Wa aqimu salah.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Hayya ala salat, hayya ala salat. Come to salat. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah.
You comfortable, brother? You need a little more room? You okay?
Brother Imam.
Huh?
Thank you, sir.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله ولتنظر نفس ما قدمت لغد واتقوا الله إن الله خبير بما تعملون ولا تكونوا كالذين نسوا الله فأنساهم أنفسهم أولئك هم الفاسقون. لا يستوي أصحاب النار وأصحاب الجنة. أصحاب الجنة هم الفائزون. لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن على جبل لرأيته خاشعا متصدعا من خشية الله وتلك الأمثال نضربها للناس لعلهم يتفكرون. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. الله الذي لا إله إلا هو العالم الغيب والشهادة هو الرحمن الرحيم. هو الله الخالق البارئ المصور له الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر. سبحان الله عما يشركون. هو الله الخالق البارئ المصور له الأسماء الحسنى يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم. الله أكبر.
سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. فاتحة. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين.
تكبير تكبير تكبير.
alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Couple of quick announcements. We want to thank Imam Dr. Zayd Karim for that excellent khutbah. It's called Invest Your Wealth, so invest in your soul, invest in those things that are pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It says, make an impact, give today to support our youth. And this is speaking in reference to the weekend school that we have. Please help nurture our future generation and donate for our youth weekend school. And we have the 2019 tribute to the leadership of Imam W.D. Muhammad special collector's edition calendar that you can purchase downstairs in the business office. We have a position opening for the senior citizen program called the Kibar. So anyone who would like to apply, please also apply down in the business office. Please keep our sick and shut in our prayers and try to visit them as well. The Study al-Islam program continues, and that's every Sunday at 10 a.m. call-in program. It's open to the public. We want to congratulate Imam Yusuf and Maryam Salim and family on the birth of their grandchild, born December the 7th, named Yusuf Ali Muhammad Mendez. Alhamdulillah. The son of Naima and Akil Mendez. Put on your calendar January 13th, 2019 from 3 to 4 at the New York Presbyterian Church, 1313 New York Avenue, Washington, D.C. It will be hosted by Sam Ford of Channel 7 News, and this is an interfaith program, and we know Imam Talib Sharif is the chairman of the Interfaith Conference of Washington, so we need everyone to support that. And I'm not going to read this long letter on the back of the bulletin, but pretty much it is saying, please donate, and next year we will definitely be breaking ground on the new expansion of this masjid. So we still need your donations, and you can donate at thenationsmosque.org, as well as find out more information about events and activities going on at this here masjid. Anything else? Okay, thank you for listening, and have a blessed Jumah, and see you next Jumah, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.